The Olmec civilization is commonly regarded as the mother culture of Mesoamerican civilizations. Having evolved roughly between 1500 and 400 BC in the coastal regions of the Gulf of Mexico, primarily in the areas that now comprise the states of Veracruz and Tabasco, the Olmec culture made a significant impact on subsequent societies, including the Maya, Aztecs, and Zapotes. The term Olmec, which means rubber people in Nahuatl, the language of the Nahuas, was adopted by the Aztecs to describe the inhabitants of the Gulf lowlands during the 15th and 16th centuries AD, about 2,000 years after the demise of the Olmec culture. The expression rubber people is a reference to the ancient practice of extracting latex from the Castilla elastica, a rubber tree native to the region, from the time of the Olmecs to that of the Aztecs. The Olmec civilization's origins are still the subject of debate among archaeologists and historians, but it is believed that they were established around 1500 BC. The Olmec cities were not major urban centers like the Mayan or Aztec cities that would emerge later, but rather ceremonial sites, the most famous being San Lorenzo, Tenochtitlan, La Venta, and Tres Zapotes. The spreading of civilization was spurred on by the region's favorable ecology, marked by well-irrigated alluvial soils and the natural transport network offered by the Coatzacoalcos River Basin. This highly productive environment made it possible for a densely clustered population to emerge, which encouraged the development of an elite class. This elite spawned a need for symbolic and sophisticated luxury artifacts that are hallmarks of Olmec culture. Many of these pieces were made from materials such as jade, obsidian, and magnetite, sourced from distant regions, suggesting that the first Olmec elites had access to a wide trade network in Mesoamerica. San Lorenzo is one of the first major Olmec centers, thriving between 1200 and 900 BC. This site is renowned for its monumental sculptures of colossal heads, which may reach 3 meters in height. These heads are one of the most iconic features of Olmec art, most likely portraying rulers or prominent figures. Following the fall of San Lorenzo, La Venta became the main heart of the Olmec civilization, active between 900 and 400 BC. Olmecs built a large ceremonial complex at La Venta, including earthen pyramids, altars, and other monumental sculptures. The area is also famous for the introduction of iconography and symbolism that would later influence other Mesoamerican cultures, like the jaguar, a symbol of power and authority. Tres Zapotes was one of the last great Olmec centers and remained inhabited until around 400 BC, when the Olmec civilization started to dwindle. It is an important location as it provides evidence of Olmec cultural continuity, even after the collapse of the other centers. Olmec society was heavily stratified, with a ruling elite that controlled the ceremonial centers and a lower class that focused on agriculture, especially maize crops. They were also pioneers in irrigation and water management, crucial to survive in their wetlands. Beside their influence on contemporary Mesoamerican cultures, the Olmecs are often credited with having introduced many cultural practices to other peoples in the region. These include bloodshed and possibly human sacrifice, writing and epigraphy, as well as the invention of popcorn, the Mesoamerican calendar, and the Mesoamerican ball game. Some scholars, including the artist and art historian Miguel Covarrubias, also suggest that the Olmecs were the forerunners of many of the subsequent Mesoamerican deities. Religion was central to Olmec life, with a strong emphasis on shamanism. Most Olmec artistic representations, such as the baby jaguar figures, are interpreted as mythical or divine figures, potentially related to fertility rituals or the jaguar deity. Olmec art is one of the most well-known of the pre-Columbian period, with sculptures in jade, basalt, and other hard stones. The colossal heads are striking examples of their technical skill. Also, the Olmecs are credited with having developed one of the first forms of writing in Mesoamerica, with glyphs that have yet to be entirely deciphered. The Olmecs deeply influenced subsequent cultures in Mesoamerica. Elements of their iconography, religion, and social structure can be seen in the Maya, Aztecs, and other civilizations. Olmec writing, calendar, and religious concepts were embraced and adapted by these cultures. While Olmec civilization declined around 400 BC, its legacy endures as one of the foundations of Mesoamerican civilization. The underlying reason for its decline is still uncertain, but factors such as environmental changes, natural disasters, or internal conflicts are often mooted as probable causes. The Olmec civilization is one of the ancient world's most intriguing and mysterious, with a unique cultural legacy that lived on to influence Mesoamerica for centuries. Their accomplishments in art, religion, and social organization laid the foundations for the great, later civilizations that would emerge in the region.